सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च बेलरोज न्यूयॉर्क जो पिछले 30 सालों तो केटरिंग ते रेस्टोरेंट बिजनेस विच ट्राई सिटी न्यूयॉर्क न्यू जर्सी ते कनेक्टिकट विच अपनी अलग पहचान बना चुका है। जानांगे सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च दे ओनर हरमिंदर सिंह पम्मी ते शेफ परमजीत मुल्तानी दी सक्सेस स्टोरी in program Business of the Week which Saturday 7:30 p.m. only on Just Punjabi. सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च बेलरोज न्यूयॉर्क जो पिछले 30 सालों तो केटरिंग ते रेस्टोरेंट बिजनेस विच ट्राई सिटी न्यूयॉर्क न्यू जर्सी ते कनेक्टिकट विच अपनी
In cricket, they say in England you got to watch the ball and play late. Well, similarly in scoring, you watch and wait.
Exercise some patience.
So Rohan will come into ball to Chris Patterson. 170 is the target.
What's the rate at the top line? What's the asking rate at the outset?
So a couple of wides already in the bag. So the asking rate is 6.7. Nothing frightening. And so 6.7, I'm pretty sure that Patterson and Derek and the Majestic crew have batted their way into more trouble or against more trouble than 6.7 runs and over.
And yes, Len, and perhaps the fortunes of Majestics will depend on this partnership. We've seen Derek Narayan among the runs all season long, and in fact, we'll catch you up on Derek Narayan's prowess with the bat. We know he's had 14 wickets so far in the tournament. With the bat, he has 295 runs to his tally, including 3 half centuries and an average of 59. So clearly he has been a man who has been very effective with both bat and ball.
Yes, Carl. Actually, Derek Narain has dominated this series. Most runs is, of course, Derek Narain, as you mentioned, and then most 50s is Derek Narain. Most 6s is Derek Narain. Most 4s is Derek Narain. And when you come to 6s, I'll tell you something.
Yeah, that's been quite impressive.
He has 21 6s. The closest man to him is 9.
That's very impressive, man. Mohammed Habib from Pac America has 9, as you pointed out, and Hunain Munir, also from Pac America, has 8. He is combined. He has eclipsed both of those two. The next two closest people.
So he's had an impressive series again.
So leg by is the call.
So Majestics will need a big star from this pair. Patadin and Derek Narain, noted to be two of the better batsmen and certainly two of the better scorers in the years of Majestics.
And then while Derek Narain is the leading run scorer, Chris Patadin is the 7th leading run scorer with 156 runs at an average of 26. So he too has been among the runs. Has scored 150 so far. His highest score in this tournament has been 63, strike rate of 116. Oh! Up and over, man in the deep, doesn't take the catch. Krunal, the man out there, and he puts it down. So a chance for Patadin, and he gets off the mark in very fortuitous fashion.
Yeah, big opportunities there, but Carl, Krunal did well to get to the ball. He did well to even cover the ground, but just didn't hold on. And Patadin should look up in the heavens and say thank you very much. He's up to 1. It's 4 without loss. Oh, shot. Good shot from Derek Narain. A nice little glance. It's one of those shots that should have brought him runs, but instead, man knocks it down the square leg. That's a good bit of fielding.
Yes, Len, they've done well. Did well out there to keep the ball from going into the boundary. Big shot, gone all the way. And my word, Derek Narain on the go. And looking good straight away. It goes for a maximum, so that takes the total up to 11. 11 for no loss at the end of 1.
101? 11, yeah.
Where you got? Maybe I missed something.
Okay, so wide and ball. Right?
Wide.
Top ball.
I got wide. Yeah, wide plus 1. That ball. One leg by.
Yeah.
I got 1.
Yeah.
Then 1 ball. Top ball. Oh, that?
Yeah, because then Derek Narain can't be on strike.
So that's it.
Okay, so you got 10.
So 10. So correction, 10 is the total. 10 for no loss at the end of over number 1. So Derek Narain already adds to his 6 hitting tally, as they call Chris Gale a 6 machine. And so Derek Narain is the America's version of the 6 machine, or at least the CCL version of the 6 machine. 22 sixes so far in this league for this particular tournament, this league. So John Lewis is the man that's been given a ball to pick up the attack. And so Big John, not the civil rights man, he will be operating. And a big, tall, strapping quickie. Let's see if John Lewis can make some inroads here. They'll need to see the back of one of these two early. Otherwise, it will be a short afternoon for Deccan Challengers. Taking on the pad. And so John Lewis, just a couple runs, skip to the wicket. And they use all upper body strength, land with the leather. Very quick through the air. John Lewis called upon here. His captain needs him in the worst way. Mohammed Amit, the captain of Deccan Challengers, has asked John to try to make some inroads.
You've started well so far, John Lewis. The first one was a really good ball. And they'll run through for a couple of runs. We'll see, maybe could be buys here.
Yeah, looks like
fact,
runs.
may have been runs off the bat of Chris Patterson. Score goes up to 12.
Patterson up to 3. And so he is just about half of Derek Narayan, who got off the mark with a swashbuckling slap over extra cover, over long off, really wide extra cover for a maximum.
Can you block that?
Ooh, looking to go through the onside again. This time a wide is indicated. Pegging the wrong line there. And so one more to the tally. Score up to 13. 13 for none. Over number 2 on the way here. Deccan Challengers posting 169, so 170 the ask for Majestics. And it rests on the shoulders of Patterson on strike and Ryan at the non-striker's end. And a concerted appeal by the Deccan Challengers. They're asking the questions, pressure on umpire Krishna. But so far, he is unconvinced. And so the score remains at 13. Patterson settles in and we'll wait for Big John Lewis once again. So, Matto, you probably know Joel Garner, big fast bowler from the West Indies, the days of West Indies folklore. Oh! Oh! And man is hiding in the deep. Oh! Man it boss. Right into the party tent. And I saw a man hiding under the tree. Big. Oh my God. Listen, right in his chips. And so Chris Patterson found the chips on the table in the party tent. And broke it up and said score goes up to 19. Chris Patterson with disdain dispatches John Lewis over deep backward square line.
Yes, Carl, and I did see Steve Ruknarayan giving Patterson a helmet. Well, we need helmets out here.
Helmets here.
The players, the VIP pavilion needs helmets.
It's a hard hat area.
That is a hard hat area. We're a construction area over in the VIP tent where the
Titan boys.
victorious Titan boys are situated.
Looking to go again.
Left side.
Appeals.
And this one has gone away for four leg buys. Yeah, so we get the confirmation from umpire Krishna.
Hi.
Yeah, the roar comes out from the Majestics Pavilion.
And then the Majestics Pavilion is very, very lively. Those ladies bring a certain element of camaraderie and certainly some excitement to the park, and that seems to be spurring the Majestic boys at the moment as Chris Patterson and Derek Narayan off to a good start, 23 already, and we're still in over number 2. Hold that!
There we go.
Hold that!
There we go.
Hold
John Lewis.
John Lewis has a response. He says, hold that!
Yeah, John Lewis looked like Carl. He looks he looks as if when he's not playing cricket, he's doing bodybuilding. So
Patterson could be in a bit of
Yeah.
discomfort here. It was a tough one to deal with.
He's in distress here, Mato. He's in distress. Looks like a tough blow.
Oh, the guy have shot with you still?
So the over comes to an end. The over comes to an end. It's 23 for none after 2, and we're hoping that we've been a little cavalier in the response and in our comments, but obviously we're hoping that Patterson is okay. He's down at the moment and he's being attended to. So we'll pause and hope that Chris Patterson is okay to continue and provide any updates as we get them here in the commentary box. But looks ominous blow. He walked away immediately after being hit. And so we hope that Patterson will be all right when all is said and done. So we'll pause here and wait for the resumption with Majestics at 23 for no loss after 2 overs. After 2 overs.
सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च बेलरॉस न्यूयॉर्क जो पिछले 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕੇਟਰਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਟ੍ਰਾਈ ਸਿਟੀ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਨਿਊ ਜਰਸੀ ਤੇ ਕਨੈਕਟਿਕਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਲੱਗ ਪਹਿਚਾਨ ਬਣਾ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ। ਜਾਣਾਂਗੇ ਸੋਨਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਲੌਂਚ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਹਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਪੰਮੀ ਤੇ ਸ਼ੈਫ ਪਰਮਜੀਤ ਮੁਲਤਾਨੀ ਦੀ ਸਕਸੈਸ ਸਟੋਰੀ in program Business of the Week which Saturday 7:30 p.m. only on Just Punjabi. सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च बेलरॉस न्यूयॉर्क जो पिछले 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕੇਟਰਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਟ੍ਰਾਈ ਸਿਟੀ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਨਿਊ ਜਰਸੀ ਤੇ ਕਨੈਕਟਿਕਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਲੱਗ ਪਹਿਚਾਨ ਬਣਾ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ। ਜਾਣਾਂਗੇ ਸੋਨਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਲੌਂਚ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਹਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਪੰਮੀ ਤੇ ਸ਼ੈਫ ਪਰਮਜੀਤ ਮੁਲਤਾਨੀ ਦੀ ਸਕਸੈਸ ਸਟੋਰੀ in program Business of the Week which Saturday 7:30 p.m. only on Just Punjabi. सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च बेलरॉस न्यूयॉर्क जो पिछले 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕੇਟਰਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਟ੍ਰਾਈ ਸਿਟੀ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਨਿਊ ਜਰਸੀ ਤੇ ਕਨੈਕਟਿਕਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਲੱਗ ਪਹਿਚਾਨ ਬਣਾ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ। ਜਾਣਾਂਗੇ ਸੋਨਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਲੌਂਚ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਹਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਪੰਮੀ ਤੇ ਸ਼ੈਫ ਪਰਮਜੀਤ ਮੁਲਤਾਨੀ ਦੀ ਸਕਸੈਸ ਸਟੋਰੀ in program Business of the Week which Saturday 7:30 p.m. only on Just Punjabi.
Looks like Patadin is all right. Good to see that he's back on his feet and can continue. Because it was quick, it was a short one. Really, a finger injury was rising high on him. That's not easy to deal with. Oh, this one gone into the parking lot. Gone all the way for 6. Not a good welcome for Wilberforce Harris. He goes up to 12.
And that's the 23rd 6 that he's struck in this tournament this season. And so the 6 machine, the new 6 machine for Ryan, taking over from Chris Gale, the 6 machine on the international stage. Derek Narayan, the 6 machine here in CCL.
Goes again in the air, lands in safely, and will get a single. Gets patted in on strike. Wonder how he'll be feeling after that blow. Definitely, we'll have to look and see.
And that is why you've got to be so appreciative of the gears of cricket, one being the glove, the helmet, the pad.
No elevation on it. Was looking to go after full delivery, didn't get it. In the end, simply hands over the strike to Derek Narayan. Scores up to 31 in the 3rd over. Run rate at 12.4. A flyer of a start for Majestics. We saw a dominant performance from these two in the semi-final. Derek Narayan and Patadin taking it to MMZ.
Yeah, I saw that game right here. It was just last week. So Narayan is on 13, Patadin is on 10. And they're going over 11 and over. 31 on the board.
Playing in this again from Derek Narayan. One ball left. A good comeback from Harris after being hit for a 6 first ball. He's come back with 2 singles and 2 dots. Oh, there we go. Derek Narayan kicked off the over with a boundary, and he's going to end it the same way. Not the same way, he's ended it with a 4, but still a boundary to Derek Narayan. 17 off 10, patted in 10 off 8, 35 for none, 3 overs completed.
Yeah, lovely shot from Derek Narayan. He continues to deal in boundaries. And when Carl comes back, he will tell us how many 6s and how many 4s. I think it's 26 4s now.
He is up to 26 4s, you're right?
35 for 3.
35 to 23
I mean 35 for
sixes.
0, 3 overs.
So he continues to be the 6 machine, and clearly also a 4s machine, so maybe he's a boundaries machine. Is Derek Narayan really just a quality player who has gone from strength to strength and appears to be right in the middle of his element now in the purple patch as he continues to where he left off, just smashing the ball all around. He has a high score of 92 on the season, and that might be threatened. And that was last week in the semifinal against MMZ, and so that could be threatened here. Is that under threat here this afternoon based on how he has started? One has to ask the question. John Lewis back in the attack. No.
Generating some pace, but all that pace, patted in, all he had to do was get bat on ball and it flew.
So patted in, just taking a step back deep in the crease and just guiding that one down to a fine leg region, vacant fine leg region. And you're correct. At the pace at which John Lewis is bowling, you perhaps have to have third man and fine leg in play. As Chris Patterson took one disdainful swing and hit John Lewis over deep backward square into the VIP pavilion, and then John, the visor struck Patterson on the forearm or on the fingers, it would appear, and then now Patterson has responded, taking John Lewis to the fine leg boundary. And so what does John Lewis have here as a response? Patterson on strike, he's on 10. 39 for no loss.
So beautiful square drive, man giving chase, they'll come back for a couple of runs. So Carl, I was making the point, you've got to be thankful for the many protection that they have in cricket. You've got the glove that certainly protects your finger. We've got the helmet that certainly protects your head. And could you imagine if leather ball cricket was played without pads? I'm pretty sure that we would have seen a lot of men with clutches.
How about without a box, Lynn? How about without a box? That's the important thing. You got to protect the family jewels.
So 41 on the board.
And I remember as youngsters, Lynn.
Oh, what a shot.
Class! What class!
What a shot from Patterson. Right into the leg side, goes up to 20. Wow, what a strike that is from Chris Patterson. Goes up to 20 off 11. And you could see he's fearless. He's not afraid of John Lewis even after the blow. He's willing to take him to the boundary, and he's done that twice in this over so far.
Yeah, Matt, you're right on that. He's batted bravely. He hasn't shied away from the short ball. In fact, we've seen 2 short balls played through the onside. Lovely shot, one better than the other, Carl. And so that's what you call a whip through the onside, square leg square. And the fact is, the first one he played it fine, and John Lewis brought the man around. And then the second one he played it squarer, and now I wonder where John will put him.
Well, that's left to be seen. Here's John Lewis again. What does he do here? And pushes him on the back foot. So again, John Lewis led just only running a mere like 8 to 10 paces, and so generating a significant amount of pace from a very short run. But again, as big and strapping as he is, you can see why he can generate a lot of pace off the surface.
Oh, cut away, 4 runs.
4 runs.
So again, back to my question of, at this pace, how do you not have third man and fine leg in play?
Yeah, Carl, good point. You know, sooner or later, the batsman is going to play a big flash. Ball will fly somewhere. And so 49 on the board in quick time. They're going at 12 and over, or just over 12. And John Lewis has gone for 14 in this over. So it appears, apart from playing cricket, Carl, John Lewis may be a bodybuilder.
Well, John Lewis probably should be talking to his captain, asking for a better field here, as he's been taken to the cleaners already in this over. 14 off the over so far, 3-4 struck in the over, and only a couple out of the middle of the screws. And so now third man is being employed, but all the runs are scoring through third man and fine leg region at the moment.
Yeah, the horse may have left the stable. 49 on the board. First milestone here for Majestics. 121 from 127 ball. John Lewis.
So good contest here between Patterson and Lewis. And Patterson defends this time. Already has taken 14 off the over, so nothing more required here than to use his wits about him. And so the over concludes. 14 from it. It's 49 for none after 4. So big start here by Majestics.
So run a ball game. It's 121 required from 126 balls. So we see Steve Rupnarain. He's had an impressive day. Steve dropped a difficult chance, but he's not only a player on the field, but he runs out and just to make sure that the boys are well supplied with equipment, and certainly a team man, Steve Rupnarain. So 49 on the board. Derek Narain is on 17. Certainly outscored by Chris Patterson, but batting together is not a contest. It's not a competition. And so they're here to build together. 49 without loss. So it looks like Stennet Gale, I think it is, has been given the ball.
Yeah.
So Gale comes into the attack. He replaces, might have been Harris. Harris went for 1 for 12. And so Gale will come into bowl to Derek Narain, the man with the most 6s and 4s in this series.
So, oh, struck on the pad, trapped on the crease, and it looked very close from our vantage point, but it's hard to see from our vantage point where he was struck, but trapped on the crease for sure. Playing back to a delivery from Stennet Gale.
Yeah, that's a good start from Gale. Good to be asking questions. 49 on the board.
Again, Narain electing to be defensive at this point. In fact, Len, from 4 overs with 49 on the board, they've gone at effectively almost 12 runs and over, just over 12 and over. And this one will bring up the 50 here. This one is worked down to the fine leg region. They go for 1. They'll come back easily for a second. So 50 comes up inside of 5 overs. And in very quick time. Brilliant batting by Narain and Patterson.
Yes, Carl, they are the best batsmen here for Majestics. They've been so for some time. They're up to 51. Couple of good balls by Stennet Gale. Yeah, not a good ball. Gale is bowling good. Might have strayed down the line and allowed Narain to pick up a couple of runs, but other than that, he's doing a good job. 51 on the board.
And could be a wide. In fact, we get the confirmation. as he's applied the wrong line once again. Umpire Duki confirming. 52 up on the board. Narayan on 19, Patterson on 24. Both batsmen would have faced 14 deliveries apiece. And again, Narayan, he likes to be defensive, so a good approach by Derek Narayan, recognizing that they're well ahead of any asking rate, and run a ball is the equation from here on out.
Yeah, good bowling from Gale. This is a very good contest. 3 runs in the over. Gale is bowling well, and Narayan very watchful. Yeah, off the back foot, well bowled by Stennett Gale. Only 3 runs in the over. It's 52 without loss at the end of 5.
Sarad, 52.
His body can't hold up to what he wants to do. And he's the type of bowler who wants to come in and give you 110%, 110%.
He's flying in, charging in. I agree. You gotta look back.
Or that will end his career. I'm not
Five
talking
overs.
CCL. It's an
And
entire
CPL
career.
is, he has no comparison to like IPL. And
Yeah, I mean, I am surprised though. I am surprised that like KKR, they have so much interest in Russell. They don't advise him to say, yeah, when you bowling, yo.
I agree. They got a guy who's got
Rohan.
Look, you can't, we don't want you out here there.
So Rohan Nadkarni comes back into the attack, having gone for 9 off his first over. And we'll come into bowl to Patterson. Patterson has looked very well. Yeah, Patterson very good on the attack, and he's equally good on defense. He's up to 24. He's batted well. He's taken a hit, and he stood up to the fiery darts of one in particular, John Lewis. Doesn't time it well. Ball goes out towards the onside, and fielder runs in. I think this fielder is Sajaf. Yeah.
So, challengers need wickets here. And Majestics looking to preserve this partnership of their best 2 batsmen for as long as they can. And turn to get into the onside for an easy single in the end. As Gale running in quickly. Slipped at the very end, so couldn't pick up and throw as he appeared to have been wanting to do.
Yes, Carl, this is very sensible batting from Narayan and Patterson. They've keep the scoreboard ticking.
2 left-handers at the crease. And oh! Put your box at the moment. Upstairs it goes. And Chris Patterson, another 6 hit here. And so the 6 machine continues between Patterson and Derek Narayan. They're on the go. That's the 4th 6 struck by these 2. It's 60 for no loss. And we're asking in the commentary box, what did Achabar do?
Yeah, I was in position, but once it goes up in the 10th, I can't see the ball anymore. But I think I did a stupid thing. I should have stayed under the 10th. The safest place to be was to stay under the 10th.
Missiles flying around, and we need some helmets in the media center.
Yes, Carl, just coming back to Patterson and Derek Narayan. They're batting very smart. They're picking up the singles, and they can beat it any time, as we saw there. And so Patterson and Derek Narayan off to a very good start. It's 60 without loss in the 6th over. Oh, Oh, flicked away, a couple bounces and 4 more.
Such elegance from Chris Patterson. And Chris Patterson has come to the party here this afternoon for Majestics and is showing a lot of bravery, a lot of courage for sure. After being struck on the forearm earlier, has really compensated and taken the attack to the Deccan Challengers bowlers.
Yes, Carl. Chris Patterson, he's an international player. He has represented Suriname at the national level, so he is at some level of cricket. Classy batsman.
What quality. 2 talented left-handers out in the middle. The over comes to an end, 64 for none. Now, after 6 overs, they're going at just about 10 and over almost. And so, right on course, in fact, well ahead of any asking rate. Just 105 more runs needed. In fact, 106 more runs needed to get to their target. Len, with 19 overs remaining.
Yes, Carl, when you look at the equation, they're less run the batting team. So it's 106 from 114. They'll be happy with that number. And so Derek Narain has played second fiddle here. And they're up to 64 with Patterson outscoring Derek Narain for the time being. Considering he took a big blow, physical blow, that probably the Majestic supporters held their breath as to whether Chris Patterson would A, continue, and secondly, would he be the same?
And Derek Narain doesn't mind that at all, Len, because he for sure knows that he needs Patterson at the other end. They need to kind of maintain their partnership for as long as they can to put Majestics in the best position to try to overhaul this 170 that's required. As Gail will continue here for Deccan Challengers.
So packed house in the Majestic camp. Oh, lovely push over the offside. And that's the strength and timing of Derek Narain. Very effortlessly through the offside. And it goes 1 bounce for 4. Start counting those up, Carl.
Fours are racking up here, Len. Fours are racking up. He came into this championship final, Derek Narain, with 25 fours. And he struck 2 more, so he's up to 27. He had 21 sixes. Has added 2 more to that as well. Takes him up to 23 sixes. So the boundary machine, Derek Narain on the go. And the Majestics Pavilion with all those ladies are happy. They have a front row seat to this entertainment.
I'm pretty sure they got the money's worth.
Yes, Len, worth the price of admission.
Oh, that's a good comeback delivery from Gale. So let's see what we got here. We've got 68 in the 7th over. And they require 102 from 112 balls. Lovely shot to the previous ball from Derek Narain. And he continues to dominate this series with his batting. And not forgetting his bowling.
So the raffle. Don't forget that there's our, this one is played up into the outside. Could be another boundary here. In fact, it's gone into the boundary. We get confirmation from umpire Dookie. And the players pavilion is overwhelmed.
Yeah, they've come out in their numbers. They've come to see their team prosper. And so far, Carl, they're quite an elated bunch at the moment. Still 98 to win from 111 balls.
They're in good
But they know Derek Narain and Chris Patterson has dominated so far.
Down the leg side, could be wides coming here. And we wait for a signal. We get the confirmation from umpire Dookie. And umpire Dookie has a lot of work to do here. As in fact, both umpire Dookie and umpire Krishna got here very early to see the first match, the first matchup for the morning league. We saw Long Island Titans and the Hicksville Kings 11 down the track and hitting through the line into the vacant middle wicket area. 4 more to Derek Narain, and that takes him up to the 30s. He goes up to 32 and the score up to 77.
Yeah, we're beginning to see a clinic of ding shots along the ground. Lovely shot again from Derek Narain. He continues to bat well. And I know this has been a busy weekend for Derek Narain. I saw him play yesterday at in the NYT20 Blast, and I think he may have played this morning, and he came this evening to play here. And good chance if his team qualifies tomorrow, he's back at Gateway, so he's a busy man this weekend.
And the thing about that too, Len, is that he's perhaps gearing up for minor league cricket. As he is one of the franchises, the Jersey franchise has selected him, so he's in peak form at the moment and gearing up, making sure he's in peak form for when that tournament kicks off in just a week's time. Next Saturday is, in fact, is the first day of that season. So, again, while there's a break in the action here, a reminder that this CCL League is sponsored by several entities, including Raj Bradley Real Estate,
सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च बेलरॉस न्यूयॉर्क जो पिछले 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕੇਟਰਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਟ੍ਰਾਈ ਸਿਟੀ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਨਿਊ ਜਰਸੀ ਤੇ ਕਨੈਕਟਿਕਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਲੱਗ ਪਹਿਚਾਨ ਬਣਾ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ। ਜਾਣਾਂਗੇ ਸੋਨਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਲੌਂਜ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਹਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਪੰਮੀ ਤੇ ਸ਼ੈਫ परमजीत मुल्तानी दी सक्सेस स्टोरी इन प्रोग्राम बिजनेस ऑफ द वीक विच Saturday 7:30 PM only on Just Punjabi। सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च बेलरॉस न्यूयॉर्क जो पिछले 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ केटरिंग ते रेस्टोरेंट बिजनेस विच ट्राई सिटी न्यूयॉर्क न्यू जर्सी ਤੇ ਕਨੈਕਟਿਕਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਲੱਗ ਪਹਿਚਾਨ ਬਣਾ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ। ਜਾਣਾਂਗੇ ਸੋਨਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਲੌਂਜ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਹਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਪੰਮੀ ਤੇ ਸ਼ੈਫ ਪਰਮਜੀਤ ਮੁਲਤਾਨੀ ਦੀ ਸਕਸੈਸ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਇਨ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਆਫ ਦ ਵੀਕ ਵਿੱਚ Saturday 7:30 PM only on Just Punjabi।
from India.
Yes, a bit of hold up here. Impressive things to come.
Only $5, guys. Only $5 for the... Look, small numbers for the Super Kings. Only $5, gentlemen. Put your hat in the ring. Gotta buy a ticket. Buy some tickets to win it. Now the tickets are being sold right in the red tent, right next to the media center. So it looks like we could be in need of a replacement ball here. At some point, umpire Duki and umpire Krishna may have to make a decision. And the ball has come back into play. So umpire Duki inspects it, makes sure it's the same ball and not a ball from 2 weeks ago that somebody brought in. And so looks like he's satisfied that we have the right ball and we're ready to resume the action here with Majestics at 77 for none, chasing 169 required, 170 required for victory.
So Gill, 13 runs in the over so far. Action continues, 77. So through the offside, running up towards the cover boundary, man is given chase. And he runs away for another boundary. So 17 runs in this over. The score is 81 without loss. 81 without loss. So 81 without loss. We are in the 7th over. So a couple more runs here on tap, as in fact they're settled for one. And so that completes over number 7, Carl. It's 82 for one. 82 without loss, sorry. 82 without loss. 7 done.
And so while there's a break in the action again, I implore, if you're in the ground, you're a cricketer, even if you are not a cricketer, but you know anybody who plays cricket, buy yourself a raffle ticket. you get your chance to win $1,300 worth of bats. And the bats come all courtesy of Spartan, MRF, DSC, Kookaburra. So these are not bats that are made in the backyard. These are professional bats. So come on over, buy your tickets, get in the game. You have to be in it to win it. And it comes with already runs in the bag. So the bat, not only do you get a chance to win a bat, you get a chance to win a bat with some runs already baked in. Come on, folks. It's very inexpensive considering the value of these bats. $1,300 worth. So come on in, pick up your bats, pick up your tickets, and it give yourselves the best opportunity to win some bats. So 82 for none, 7 overs gone. And so the VP, the VC, the vice captain, has been throwing the ball here with Decca challengers in search of a breakthrough. And they've turned to the vice captain to see if he may be the man to separate these two. A very productive partnership being built here by Narayan and Patidin. And he starts with a dot, ball outside the off stump. No chance to score.
So 88 to win from 107 balls.
And so far, Len, Narayan, 2 6s, 5 4s in his total of 37. The boundary machine is Narayan, and he steers this one off the square. They go for one. They turn for a second, and they'll get it very easily.
So 86 to win from 106. On 39, Patadin is on 35. It's 84 without loss. We're in over number 8, Champaneri, the vice captain. So ball worked into the onside, a couple of runs here to Majestics. And they go up to 86. Narayan goes up to 41.
And already the onslaught, already 4 in the over. Just 3 deliveries gone. And we're still just in over number 8. So they're going at well over 10 runs and over. And so single taken. And so already 5 in the over. There is Champaneri. Big hit!
Watch out!
Oh! Watch out, guys. You guys have to keep our heads up in the deep. We don't want any injuries here. We need insurance and a helmet out in the hard hat area. As Patadin goes big once again, takes Majestics up into the 90s. And guys, again, just a short reminder, you have to keep your eyes on what's happening on the field because the balls are flying out and we don't want anybody getting injured here. So please keep your eyes on the ball when you're at a cricket field. Have to keep your eyes on the ball. 1 delivery remaining in over number 8. 93 for none, 1 ball remaining. And this is defended by Patadin. 11 off the over. It's 8 gone. It's 93 for none.
सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च बेलरॉस न्यूयॉर्क जो पिछले 30 सालों ਤੋਂ केटरिंग ते रेस्टोरेंट बिजनेस विच ट्राई सिटी न्यूयॉर्क न्यू जर्सी ते कनेक्टिकट विच अपनी अलग पहचान बना चुका है। जानांगे सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च दे ओनर हरमिंदर सिंह पम्मी ते शेफ परमजीत मुल्तानी दी सक्सेस स्टोरी in program Business of the Week which Saturday 7:30 p.m. only on Just Punjabi.
Again in the final, it's 109 without loss.
And the partisan crowd comes to life for Derek Narayan. He goes up to 52 and he's batted 3 sixes and 6 fours, just 30 balls faced, a strike rate of 173. Derek Narayan, a blistering half century here to lead from in front as Majestics take full control of this run chase against Decca challengers. Oh, could be a no ball here. Slapped away through the offside, and it's a no ball, and it's insult to injury. It's gone for maximum. Derek Narayan up to 58. This score up to 115. In fact, 16.
No ball, mas 6.
Yes, Carl. This, in fact, it appears that Derek Narayan already took his free hit, and already has cut one for 6. He's up to 58. And to add insult to injury, Jagatisan will be under pressure here to bowl a free hit ball.
Well, I don't think it's a free hit, Len, because it was a height no ball, so no free hit. But still, it had to be re-bowled. And down the leg side. In fact, could be wides coming here as this one is going down the leg side. Or maybe you got a touch. We'll wait and see. And they cross for quite a few here. They've gone for 3. And that looks like runs. Oh no, wide. So I got had it right the first time. So 3 wides. And so added to, so 4 runs added, 120 then on the board. With still 1 ball remaining. So this over has gone for 27. Oh my word. This could be the over of the match. 27 conceded in this over. And 120 for none. Majestics. A blistering response to 170 required for victory.
Yes, Carl. 27 in this over is the highest we've seen in an over today. Patted in on 44.
And this could be more here. Charging. And he does well to some bit of football to keep the ball in play. And UEFA Nations League could use him.
Yes, Carl. I did see he's sporting an Everton t-shirt. So, yeah, Everton could use him in the English Premier League.
So that concludes the over. 29 from it. 122 for none.
Is Steam working? Check it out. Go to YouTube. That one. Yeah, that.
सोना पंजाब रेस्टोरेंट एंड लॉन्च बेलरॉस न्यूयॉर्क जो पिछले 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕੇਟਰਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਟ੍ਰਾਈ ਸਿਟੀ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਨਿਊ ਜਰਸੀ ਤੇ ਕਨੈਕਟਿਕਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਲੱਗ ਪਹਿਚਾਨ ਬਣਾ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ। ਆਗੇ ਸੋਨਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਲੌਂਜ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਹਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਪੰਮੀ ਤੇ ਸ਼ੈਫ ਪਰਮਜੀਤ ਮੁਲਤਾਨੀ ਦੀ ਸਕਸੈਸ ਸਟੋਰੀ in program Business of the Week ਵਿੱਚ Saturday 7:30 p.m. only on
2 on the board for no loss. And it's been the Derek Narayan and Chris Patterson show. And Wilberforce Harris now the man who comes back into the attack as he tries to relieve Jagat Thiessen, who gave up 29 from 1 over. And so what will Wilberforce have in store here? His first over went for 12, so he hasn't been too economical either, but now Mohamed Hamid doesn't really have many options at his disposal. Big hit, and this one will go for another maximum, and so the
it's
machine.
not maximum, it's not.
Oh, it's not? Well,
No.
we got a signal from the umpire. He gave me a signal, and
It
so
ended in.
once it goes through the trees,
Oh, yeah, the
it's a maximum. So maximum for Derek Narayan takes him up to 64 and the total to 1. Down the track, another big hit. Man in the deep need helmet. So use this one, Matt. Use this one. You can plug in here if you want. So another maximum. Six machine. That tells you everything you need to know. Derek Narayan on the charge. He goes into the 70s. 6 is hit. And this time he defends.
So Carl, if this match was played in a stadium, I'm pretty sure if you came to support Deccan Challengers, you'll be heading out. Make sure you get a good headway on Meadowbrook Parkway.
Yes, Len.
Not over till it's over. I'm dead. It's over. Not over till it's over, man.
Appeal from Wilberforce for a leg before wicket.
Oh,
And it's a desperate appeal. Umpire Krishna not interested.
I think so. I mean, there are a couple of you can't tell, but there's not some
So 35 runs needed from 90 balls. Narayan on 71, patted in on 46. It's 135 without loss. 35 runs from 90 balls. 35 runs from 90 balls.
So the Majestic camp is in good spirits. The ladies are feeling very confident at this moment with just another 35 needed from 10 overs remaining. And crew now has been given the ball 15 overs remaining. You're right about this. Look at you. You're right on top of things. And so ball steered up into the offside. And they'll cross for a couple here. So the wheels have come off here for Deccan Challengers. The first ball went for 2. And so score easily up to 137. 33 needed from 89 balls. And this one is slapped into the onside. Can't score this time.
Hey, I need the seats. I need the.
Score at 137. 137 for none. So again, this one played up into the onside. And patted in, not interested. For the moment, he's content to sit on 46 and operate. He's on 73. He needs 27 for a 3-figure score, and the total required is 33. Big hit down the ground, man in the deep, and out there is Gale, and so can't stop one, and so Narayan goes up to 74, takes a total up to 138 for none. It's been the Majestic show so far. Oh, cracked it in, that brings up his half century. He goes upstairs, gone for a maximum. And Chris patted in an impressive innings
When
land.
ceremony starts. Like around
So patted in crosses 50.
Huh?
Lovely looking shot, a dominating
I'm not sure
performance
when it
by
is.
Narayan and
Like after the
patted
game
in.
finish when the ceremony.
And all of a sudden, it looks like it's Majestics all
like
the way in the
45 minutes.
afternoon final.
So the ball has been retrieved here as we hear the voice of Coffee in the distance. Party in the parking lot and in the Majestic camp. Big hit up and over, goal shot, and 6 more, and that's what you call a punishing blow.
Yeah. We were hoping for a 6 o'clock presentation ceremony, but Ajit will have to tell his dignitaries to come on, to hurry up. We're ready to start the presentation ceremony. We were hoping for a 6 o'clock finish.
It's not even 5 o'clock yet.
Now,
Yep.
and so we're probably 30 minutes in here today.
155.
So he's 58 from 26 balls, 5 sixes and 4 fours. And while there's a break in the action, I want to say good afternoon to Bobby Kalati. And I want to welcome Bobby into the ground. Bobby, of course, one of the big supporters here of CCL cricket and the CCL League. So I'm going to say good afternoon to Bobby Talati. So 70